And now, speaking of war and Europe, former U.S. President Donald Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, is facing flack over a new business deal. He secured a massive contract to build a luxury hotel on the site of a former Army headquarters in Serbia that was bombed by NATO forces in 1999 during the Serbia-Kosovo war. Serbians say their government is gifting the Army base to Americans who were responsible for the bombing. Recently, Kushner, who is a property developer, also made headlines when he spoke about the development potential of Gaza's waterfront property. Our next report takes you inside the moves being made by the former White House senior advisor.
It seems like controversies don't just follow Donald Trump, but also people close to the former US president. In the latest, his son-in-law Jared Kushner is facing the heat over a foreign investment deal. Kushner has secured a massive contract to build a luxury hotel in Serbia, and the deal is reportedly worth $500 million. The hotel will be constructed on the memorialized ruins of a former army headquarters in the country's capital, Belgrade. The site holds a painful history for the people of Serbia. Back in 1999, the US-backed NATO forces bombed the military base during the Serbia-Kosovo war. The NATO attacks had put an end to the war but killed thousands of Serbians at the time. The bombed-out site is now considered a prime underdeveloped real estate site, which is in the middle of a much-changed city. Donald Trump himself considered building a hotel on it back in 2013. Now the Serbian government says that the deal with the Kushner's company, Affinity Partners, is not a sale but a 99-year lease. The long vacant site will be redeveloped to have a luxury hotel, retail space, and more than 1,500 residential units. The approved deal also includes a museum and a memorial complex dedicated to the victims of the bombing. However, this plan isn't sitting well with the residents and opposition leaders in Serbia. They say the Serbian government is giving the former army headquarters as a multi-million-dollar gift to the Americans, who were behind NATO's bombing campaign 25 years ago. This week, Serbians blocked traffic and held signs in front of the ruined site to protest against the controversial deal. Meanwhile, Kushner's deal in Serbia is also receiving criticism back home in the United States. Democrats have demanded an investigation into his foreign dealings, alleging corruption. They said Kushner's business deal comes at a time when his father-in-law is campaigning for a second term in the White House. However, Kushner has defended himself, saying that as a private citizen, he has the right to pursue international business deals, even if it involves foreign governments. Now, this isn't the first time Kushner has found business opportunities in the ruins of war. In March, he came under scrutiny for describing waterfront property in the Gaza Strip as valuable in the face of the Israel-Hamas war. He also faced criticism for a separate deal with Albania, where he's planning 2 luxury hotels in the coastal region. And his $2 billion deal with Saudi Arabia faced flack as well, as critics said the kingdom has been accused of clamping down on dissent. But Kushner is part of the Trump family, so he will pick up a trick or two from the former president, which is always business as usual.
From impeachments to inaugurations, if it's a political story, we are on the scene. The race for the White House is heating up.
We're beating Biden.
How dare he say that?
If it's breaking news, we're live with the latest coverage. From the White House, the State Department, and Capitol Hill, we know the issues, but above all, we know the players to bring you the latest in-depth analysis on all the key stories that we're covering. I'm Eric Ham. Join me from Washington here on Firstpost America.